Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Innovation Alley. We're your hosts. I'm TowelManPurple.
I'm Bjorn.
And what we're going to do this episode is we're going to have two decks geared around a whole new world because we're bringing in the new year. Now, before we get into it, as always, subscribe to the channel below to stay up to date on all the content.
Yeah, which is 2 videos a week. We missed one right now during all the holiday shenanigans, but we always try to do 2 videos a week, usually Tuesday and Friday, but we might change that depending on, what we gotta do. So just subscribe. It's super easy.
Super easy. Fun time, fun content. Now let's get into it. So today, what I'm bringing to the table is Amethyst Steel Jafar-Wheel. A deck that has been in the past, and maybe it could be in the future. Who knows? So, right away, we do have 4 Diablo, 1 cost, 0/1, quest for 1, and when it's banished, you draw a card. It's kind of what you want to do in this deck.
Yeah.
Alright, 4 Brooms, 1 cost, 1/2, quest for 1, and whenever you play another character, you can banish the card to draw a card.
Yeah. But they do the same thing, but in different circumstances, so it's good to have options.
Also, 1 drop Robin Hood. It's a 1 ink cost, 2/2, the quest for 1.
Yeah, mostly there for the shift, right?
Yes. Now we have our 2 costs. We have Blue Fairy, which is a 1/1, quest for 1, evasive, and whenever you play a Floodborn, you can draw a card.
That's pretty good.
We have a pair of Calhoun's, which this card is absolutely insane, and it needs to be in every steel deck you play.
Yeah, right. Like it's a take option for those aggressive decks that try to quest early. You can really punish that with Calhoun, huh?
Yeah. 2 costs, 3/2, resist 1, and whenever it banishes a character in a challenge, it gains 2 lore, just like a Robin Hood would. And to wrap up the 2 drops, we have, of course, the 2-drop Jafar, 3/2, evasive on your turn, quests for 1. Then our 3 drops, kind of lackluster, but we have Pete, which stopping the actions is important. 3 cost, 3/3, quest for 1. And then we would also have the ability to shift Beast. I'm sorry, not Beast, Robin Hood on 3. Which, of course, 3/6, quest for 2, cost 5 naturally, but that's an option.
Yeah, but imagine if they release like a cheap beast so you can shift that beast on turn 3. That would be crazy, right?
I think there would be another conversation for ban the beast instead of ban the bird. Okay? I think that's where the game would go. Yep. Now, we have 4 costs. We have Genie. 4 cost, uninkable, 2/4, quest for 2. Evasive, comes into play, draw a card. Go figure.
Yeah.
4 cost Jafar, shifts for 2 to 3/4, quest for 1. If it banishes a character in a challenge, draw a card. Beast, 3/5, quest for 2. And at the start of your turn, if it's not damaged, draw a card. If it is damaged, then he gets +4 attack. Then, just to top off the Robin Hood part for the shift, when he banishes a character in a challenge, it also gains 2 lore. But when he dies in a challenge, you draw a card. And then 7 cost Jafar, shifts for 5, evasive, 4/5, quest for 1. During your turn, while this character is exerted, you draw a card, you gain a lore. For every card that you draw.
Yeah, you have so many ways to draw cards that can really pop off. You can gain, honestly, potentially 20 lore in a single turn.
Yes. Then down to our spells.
Getting 10 lore in a turn shouldn't be hard. Just whole new world gives you 7 lore, and then just draw 3 more cards, right?
Yep. So, and you could do that with characters or with friends on the other side, for example. Draw 2 cards. Song. 4, Along Came Zeus, to deal with some of these pesky threats that the opposing side of the field could have. That's 4 cost, deal 5 damage to a character or location. 4 copies of A Whole New World. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Right up the alley of what we're doing. And then a pair of Grab Your Swords to try to help some of these matchups where we need to come back from being behind. Yep. In total, 60 cards. Jafar-Wheel, you've seen it here. Give it a try.
Awesome.
I think it's still worth it. Now, we're doing something a little bit special and a little different in this episode. I have a tab pulled up here. This is a whole new year. This is Bjorn's deck. I have not seen this deck yet, so it is all in real time as we were recording. All right.
Oh yeah, and I'm not permitting you to scroll down either. We're gonna go row by row slowly.
All right. So, without further ado, Bjorn, take us away.
So you only 1-drop slots. You have Captain Hook.
The Hook.
He's a good challenger. Good at attacking. And on the completely inverse of him is Mickey Mouse, who has resist 1 and therefore is instead good at defending.
This is true.
Then you have a couple magic brooms here. One of them puts a card from your discard back in your deck, which can be pretty handy sometimes. The other one gains evasive on your turn, which can take out a lot of things actually, like a small Pegasus or a Diablo. Then we have another Mickey, 2-drop Mickey, which gives something else, Challenger +2, when you play it, which can make anything challenge for a lot. In fact, it can make Captain Hook take out Daisy.
Yes.
If you give Captain Hook 2 more Challenger 4 in total, it's 5 damage. Crazy. Then we have Madam in Fox.
Awesome card.
For the 3-drops. It's because it's just, it's so useful. It's a rusher. It rushes for 4, while only costing 3 and being inkable. And it also picks up something back to your hand. So, for example, if you want to use that Mickey again to give something challenger, or if you want to get another card back with Magic Broom, or if you just if your 1-drops are now useless, so you want to take them back up to hand so you can ink them next turn. Fox is pretty good. We don't have anything on 4 because we don't need that. We just skip to 5. We have Elsa, rush and evasive, and when you play her, you get to exert chosen opposing character, which is so awesome. She's very, very strong. And so another rusher, and she also hits evasives and taps something down for your other characters to hit.
Card's so good.
Then you have a couple of big Captain Hooks. He's not played very often, but I love him in decks where you really want to shift, because you can shift on 3. He shifts on the 1-drop Captain Hook. I only have 2 of him because, he's not always the best. And he's an inkable, but,
Yeah, still do his thing, though. Ooh.
Yeah, and then we have the big Mickey Mouse. See, we have 8 small ones, so it should be really easy to shift. Like, we're 8 small ones, 4 big ones, so that's like a recipe for success right there. He shifts for only 3. He has resist +1, so 3/4 is actually a 3/5, or sometimes, he can take, if he doesn't get taken out on the first attack, he can take 6 damage.
Right.
And when you play this character, deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of broom characters you have in play. And, we have a couple of brooms there. A couple of cheap brooms.
There's 8 right there.
So you might only be, like if you do, Mickey turn 1, broom turn 2, shift Mickey turn 3, it's only going to be 1 damage, but that's still a 1 damage. That can matter a lot.
For sure.
And later in the game, if you have a bunch of brooms out, you can really, get the smackdown. And we have him over Robin Hood here because, I had the brooms anyway for different reasons, so why not? And we got the Yzma, which is just amazing. We can't shift her, but that's fine. We can just play her on 6.
Yeah.
When you play this character, shuffle another chosen character card into their player's deck. The player draws 2 cards. So you can either shuffle one of your own characters back into your deck, which you might want to do to save it for later, and you also get to draw 2 new cards from it. Or if the opponent has something really scary, like she can remove anything, even a Tamatoa, as long as it doesn't have ward, she can remove it.
Yeah, so you can get rid of a threat too.
Yeah, and that's the characters. And we move down to action.
Ooh.
We have Befuddle, which, you can pick up your opponent's characters, you can pick up your own characters, endless possibilities, honestly. Like, pick up your own Mickey and play it down again to give your Fox Challenger 2, so now it hits for 6. Like, hello?
That's pretty good.
Or just, be annoying and put your opponent's Daisy deck back into your hand. I don't know. Boom. Just, you pay 2 to deal 2 damage.
Pay 2, deal 2.
Yeah, smash. You pay 3 to deal 3 damage.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Like
Yeah.
I really like them because you can, shoot down a lot of things with them, right? And then we come to the song. We have songs. We have a boss is on a roll.
What? I love it.
Which look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put a number of top or the bottom of your deck in any order, and then gain 1 lore. But that doesn't matter to us actually. We know the way. Shuffle chosen card from your discard into your deck. Then reveal the top card of your deck. If it has the same name as a chosen card, you may play the revealed card for free. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So, it's not gonna be the same card. But you shuffle something back into your deck, and then you also get to draw a card after. I think that's pretty good if there are some cards you really want back in your deck. And then we have a whole new world, because it's a whole new year. And
Get
there's
'em.
fireworks. And that's why our decks are New Year's themed. Like, 100% logic, honestly.
Love it.
And that's, that thing, you can do a lot with it. We have a lot of ways to, for example, get it back into our deck so we can play it again and again and again.
Without
and
needing
again,
do
and
it
have
again.
You, the viewer, figured out what my deck is yet. And a couple grab your swords for good measure before we scroll down to the items. We have Amethyst Chromicon, used to draw both us and the
my
opponent
gosh.
super many cards. And then we have Mad Hatter's Teapot, because I am crazy and this is a mill deck. We are just milling the opponent. Each opponent puts the top card of their deck into their discard. Every turn, if you just pay 1, you can do that over and over and over and over.
Hey, man.
We have 72 cards because we want to be able to go crazy on the Chromicon without milling ourselves. And if the opponent draws the Chromicon, guess what? We're just going to mill them. And, and also, we're just going to play Whole New World and take their 10 cards and put it in their discard pile.
I love the idea. This is great. It's a mill deck.
A whole new mill. So again, we can't gain lore. Like, why is Mickey Mouse here over Robin Hood? Because we don't care about gaining lore. We don't care about his ability. There's no Calhoun because we don't care about gaining lore. We don't have that much card draw because we're just going to be spamming Chromicon. And there's no downside because we want the opponent to draw a bunch of cards that we will anyway just Whole New World away from them. We're going to Isma the opponent and give them more cards and then Whole New World them away. We're going to befuddle the opponent's characters back to their hand and then we're going to Whole New World. You get it.
It's so good.
And Magic Broom, and we know the way, is just going to get Whole New World back into our deck. Again, we're always going to have 4 Whole New Worlds in our deck. So even when we're only have 15 cards left in our deck, 4 of those are going to be Whole New Worlds, and we're just going to keep looping it until the opponent is gone.
In there. We're in there. Yeah. We love it.
That's
so good. There you have it, folks. That is 2 videos. No, but 2 decks. Not videos, but 2 decks in one video.
2 decks.
Both purple steel. Both around a whole new world to celebrate a new year. Mm-hmm. As always, we appreciate all of the love and support. Like, comment, and once again, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Please be sure to tell us how you feel. Things you like, things you love, things you don't.
Read and respond to all the comments.
Things you want to change, new ideas for another segment. We love all the feedback and everything the community has to offer. And as Bjorn said, we listen. We love responding. So, with that being said, we hope you guys have a fantastic new year, and we'll see you on the next video.